What I'm gonna be doing in this video today is swapping out the battery that's inside of this Babyliss Pro clipper. Now, if you want to go this route, you can save yourself about 30 bucks because online they have a circuit board that includes the battery, which is a lot easier. You just have to undo the inside of it and just plug it in. What I'm gonna be doing is just swapping out the cell because the PCB board is still good. There's no point in me actually having to swap out the board. So instead I have this salvaged battery cell, 3500 milliamp. This battery cell is a 2320 milliamp. It's about 1080 milliamp different. So the runtime is gonna be extended. Let's go ahead and get this in here. Starting by using a filer. What I'm gonna be doing is just filing down these positive and negative ends. That way I can make a clean connection when I use my spot weld. Okay, so here goes the clippers. What you wanna do is start by flipping it upside down. And right here you see you have 3 screws, 1, 2, 3. As you can see, it does use a Phillips, and I don't have that. So what you wanna do is just find something that fits in there. Just start to take it off. And you just wanna repeat the process with the same 2 at the bottom. Now just pull this off. There you go, put that to the side. And this little cover here will just slide right off. Put that to the side. Let's go ahead and put this down really quick. Now that we have this little cover taken off, remove this little plate that says Babyliss Pro. Going in at one of these corners looks like it'll be my best option since I can kind of see all the way through it. Just pull off. Put this to the side. What you want to do is remove these 2 screws. As you can see inside, they're both Phillips. And again, what I'm using is this flathead to remove both of these screws. There's 2 more screws at the bottom we have to remove before we can pull this off. Now that we have these 2 up top undone and these 2 at the bottom undone, we can remove the top cover. Get your screws, put them to the side, be sure not to lose them. You have access to the PCB board. What we're gonna do is flip this around and get to that battery pack you see there. This right here is the charging cable. Let's go ahead and just kind of pull up on that. Now pull up on your battery. Disconnect this tab, power tab. Now we can remove this battery and install the new battery. So what we're gonna do is remove these paddings and use them on our new battery. I have my soldering iron at about 320. Let's zoom into this PCB board. Now, just like I mentioned before, since my PCB board is still in good shape, there's nothing wrong with this board or the battery pack. I'm just swapping out the battery pack so I can get extended range. Just like I mentioned, save you some money, do this. So now what I'm gonna do is remove B negative and B plus. That's the battery's positive and negative. Starting off with our negative side, putting pressure on the board and the battery with my fingers. Just broke free. Do the same thing with the positive side. There you see it. The battery is free from the PCB board. The solder sucker did a good job. Nickel strip I'm using for this is very thin, as you can see, the diameter of it. This is what it looks like on the battery cell. So we're gonna get this in place, do the same thing on this end, and get this on the board. So using this spot welder that I purchased from Amazon, it was about 50 bucks, and I have to say it's worth it. Let's go ahead and power this on using this bottom switch right here where the lights are at. Hold that down, and just like that, it's powered on. That's gear 1, one red light, gear 2, gear 3, gear 4, 5, and 6. That's 6. That's your 6th gear. So now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna tack this in place. When you do so, you wanna be sure that you tack it only in the center. And I learned this by, self-experience. You do not wanna touch in the center and right here at the tip, at the outer ring. The outer ring is a ground, so you're basically making contact with positive and negative. You touch the outer ring in the center part, so don't do that. Okay, so there goes the positive. We're gonna cut this at about midway and do the same thing with the back end. We're done with the spot welder. We can power this off, long press, and there it is. You see that blue light flashing? That indicates my power bank is charging. Using a pair of scissors, I'm gonna make these a little bit thinner. That way they can slide right into these slits. So I might just have to cut one end just a bit. Let's go ahead and drop this in place. Negative with negative. This is positive. This is negative. There goes one leg, and there goes the other leg right there. So let's go ahead and add some solder to this, get this back inside the clipper. Go ahead and connect our power tab. Just want to lay this down. Charging port, just want to put that right back into where it was at. So here goes the old battery pack that was in this, the old battery cell. So it was actually 2420 milliamp hours, 2420 milliamp hours. And so either way, that was still about 1,000 milliamp hours more than this one here. So this has got more runtime in it either way. So cheapest way and fastest, do it yourself. Until then, there it is.